What's going on, guys? I'm Dan. This is Scented Waters, and today I have a top 10 list when it comes to blue collar fragrances. But before we go any further, how about you hit that like button, subscribe button, and also hit that bell. So my buddy Josh, no doubt about it, said, yo, how about you make a list for us working guys outside? I said, you know what, man? You're right. Why didn't I think about this? So here's a list for all of us guys that work outdoors or work in the heat, especially this Florida heat, because it's brutal. So today I'm going to give you a list of 10 fragrances that I feel will work great for outdoors, Florida heat, any type of heat, blue collar heat. First, I have to give you an honorable mention from Armaf, which is Tres Nuit. A clone of Green Irish Tweed, a green vibe to it, grassy feel. Longevity on this is about 4 to 5 hours. Might have to respray, but at the same time, it's also great for the great outdoors. Just keep a bottle of this on you or a decant on you, and you should be fine. One reason why Tres Nuit is an honorable mention is because I have another fragrance on this list that is similar to this. Not quite, but it's made by the same people and almost does the same thing. Honorable mention, Tres Nuit by Armaf. Another reason why these are also great fragrances for the working man is because they're cheap. You don't mind respraying so much. They're fragrances that you don't mind respraying, except for one that it's a little bit more expensive, but later on when it becomes on the discounter, it will become cheaper and easily readily available, and you won't have a problem respraying it, trust me. Number 10 on the list, Versace Mano Fresh. Great, clean fragrance, very popular. Doesn't last really long, I think on max 4 hours, but if you have a decant on you, this is great for the outdoors. It's not great on the longevity side, but it is great smelling when you start sweating. Number 10, Versace Mano Fresh. Number 9, when it comes to outdoor type fragrances for the working man, is by Armaf, Le Parfait. This is the reason why Tres Nuit is on the honorable mention. It smells like Tres Nuit, but with also the added scent profile of an Invictus clone, Club de Nuit Man Intense, both made by Armaf. Great fragrance, I feel would work great for the outdoors, especially with the vibe of the Green Irish Tweed, but with a little bit more masculinity of the Club de Nuit Man Intense. This one will last you just as long as the Tres Nuit, probably 4 to 5 hours, if that. Another one that you might have to reapply, great fragrance. Number 8 on the list, very popular across the world, Azzaro Chrome. When it comes to the smell, it is so gorgeous, it's awesome, it's very crisp, refreshing. Another one, when you start sweating, smells a little bit different, but also great. It lasts longer than these other fragrances, number 9 and 10, and also the honorable mention, but you also still will have to reapply. It probably lasts about 5 to 6 hours. For as cheap as this fragrance is, especially on discounted websites, you won't mind respraying it. Another great one for the working man. Number 7 on the list, Nautical Voyage. A great, watery, clean, just mouth-watering type of scent. Has like a cucumber type of vibe to it, even though there's no notes of cucumber in it. But this one lasts longer than the last 3. You still probably gonna have to reapply. This one lasts about 6 to 7 hours. Once again, you can get it on discounters, very cheap, and you won't mind reapplying. Great fragrance for the outdoors, great fragrance for the working man. Number 7, Nautical Voyage. For number 6, I have a tie. Paris Hilton Just Me for men, and also Ellis 360 Red. Both of these are clones of the old school fragrance, Acqua di Gio. Still a very popular fragrance. This one has an extra note of cinnamon in it. I'm not sure if this one does or not. The performance on these are actually pretty good. I think these last about 6 to 7 hours. You might have to respray depending on how much you sweat, but it's a great fragrance. They're cheap as well. You can't go wrong with either one of these two. I feel that this one lasts just a hair longer than this one, but I've heard other people say that this one lasts a little bit longer for them. So from a number 6, Paris Hilton Just Me and Ellis 360 Red. Number 5 on my list is from the house of Burberry, Burberry Touch. Not only is this one of my favorite scents ever and one of my first scents that I ever purchased, this is also a great work time fragrance. This one, very clean vibe. Very different than the rest. It has a very clean linen type of vibe to it with a little bit of powderiness in it, but nothing that is feminine whatsoever. I feel that this one is a great fragrance that would last you most of the day. You'll smell it, nuance it. Is it going to bounce off your skin? Not too much after the first hour and a half, but after that, it does last on your skin for at least a good 5 to 6, maybe even 7 hours. Something I don't mind respraying. Another cheapie when you can buy it on discounters as well. And I think you can buy them at TJ Maxx, Marshalls. Sometimes you can find them there. Not all the time, but if you do get it, you won't go wrong with this one, I feel. But don't forget, spray it, test it, sample it first. It's like all the rest of them. Number 5 on my list, Burberry Touch. Number 4 on my list is from Tommy Bahama, St. Kitts. I just sprayed it on my arm. I feel is a great outdoor type of fragrance as well. Great for a vacation, great for all that's outdoor, including working. This one is kind of hard to explain, but it's a very clean fragrance. It's a clean, almost luxurious type of fragrance. It almost seems like it's not in place for the outdoors, but trust me, when you wear it outdoors, you'll enjoy the smell. You won't feel out of place. This is one of those fragrances that I feel you can't go wrong, especially when you can buy it on discounters for as cheap as you can. I think you can buy it for like about 20 something bucks, maybe even 30. This one doesn't last as long as some of the other ones. This one lasts maybe like about 4 hours, but since it's cheap, you won't mind respraying. There's not many fragrances out there that I have that will last you all day. I think one of them does, and don't worry, I'll get to that one. Number 4, Tommy Bahama St. Kitts. Number 3 on my list is the more expensive one as of right now, until it gets a discounter to the list, but it's by Dolce Gabbana, the One Gray. This one I feel is great for the outdoors, just for the fact that it has the burst of citrus at the beginning. Compared to other Dolce Gabbana, the One fragrances, other flankers like the original and the EDP, this one I feel is more suited for outdoors, for the working man. It's great for the summertime or heat. This one, when it's on your skin, bounces off really good. It's a fragrance you'll enjoy. Number 3 on my list, Dolce Gabbana, the One Gray. Number 2 on my list, Paco Rabanne's Invictus Aqua, 2018. This one I feel is a great outdoors type fragrance. I've worn it to work many times, sprayed it in the morning, like about 6 or 7 sprays, come home, take off my clothes after sweating all day, put it to the side in the hamper, and I can still smell the fragrance on the clothes. A great fragrance that smells great once you start sweating, as well as some of the other ones, as most of the other ones, all the other ones. Can't go wrong with this one. I think on discounters you can get it probably like about 50 bucks, maybe even less, depending on where you look. I'll leave links in the bottom for websites that you can check for great prices, at least great prices that I've seen. Number 2 on the list, Invictus Aqua, 2018. And number 1 on my list when it comes to outdoor fragrances for the working man is Issey Miyake L'Eau d'Issey. A beast. I feel it lasts on your skin pretty much, or on your clothes as well, all day. It has a citrus yuzu type of vibe. It's a little bit different than some of the other ones. This one is, I think, a eau de toilette on concentration, but it works as if it's an eau de parfum. It's a cheap fragrance that you can get on discounters. This one, I feel, for me, works awesome. L'Eau d'Issey is a great citrusy type fragrance that I feel works great for the summertime heat, for the outdoor type heat, and whether it be spring, summer, or fall. It's another fragrance that once you start sweating gives off a little bit different vibe, but also a great vibe. Great, clean, crisp, citrusy vibe. Great workman's fragrance. So there you have it, guys. That's 10 fragrances that I have in my collection that work great for the outdoors for the working man. If you have any other fragrances that you think should be on this list that you have in your collection, let me know in the comment section. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell. Let me know what you thought. All these fragrances are great for the heat, but at the end of the day, guys, it's still scented water.